Hello and welcome to the Enspiral External Update, November 2020. I am your host and Enspiral Catalyst, Jorian. So this is a series for people who are curious about Enspiral. It's not about the big ideas of Enspiral, but more about the day by day of Enspiral. What are we thinking about, what we're discussing about, what's happening within the Enspiral land, and what could you maybe use for your own network. So let's get right to it. So today's main updates, the big thing that's happening is the value flow conversations. I'm actually showing you an internal email that you should not see, so I can't really show you the whole thing. But basically, the value flows conversations, a new project we're trying at Enspiral, which is a new way to see, a new way to perform sponsorship. We don't want to only activate people's monies. We believe there's a lot of different resources within our network, and we think that just asking people for money is a very shallow, narrow way to think sponsorship. So we're using this opportunity to take care of people, to provide people with what they need, and also to ask people to provide what they can offer. It's a conversation around what empty and full basket do you bring to this network, and if you think that this aligns with your purpose and your objectives within our network. And this has been going very well, but it is a new project. When we have enough data to determine that this works and what are the benefits and what are the best practices, our intention is to put this in our handbook and, of course, open sourced and free for everyone to access. All right. But for now, I can't talk much more about it because it's an internal email and everything, but it will come. All right. Okay, so what have we been writing about? What have we been talking about? First of all, Mikey has developed this really cool modular furniture project. It's like furniture, but Lego. I mean, look at this video. Look at him go. And if you need a table, you can make a table, and you can combine different of those to make furniture with different sizes. It's very plug and play, very easy to install, and invites your imagination, because as you can see, there's those holes everywhere, and you can create whatever furniture you want, whatever furniture you think you should have. Yeah, very cool. Congratulations, Mikey. It's not ready for order yet, but you can pre-order. So you should pre-order if you're interested in that. So Lisa Gill, she interviewed Frederic Laloux for her podcast. And if you see those videos, you see that I talk about her podcast all the time because I think it's brilliant and because the themes are so resonant. But fuck, Frederic Laloux is so cool. And as you can see here by the progress bar, I haven't finished the episode yet, but I've listened to most of it, and it's brilliant. They managed to get this conversation really deep, really quickly, and even like the question that starts the whole conversation is, are those ideas enough? Are those ideas enough to change organizations, to change a society? Is this what we're doing enough? Which is what a pretty strong point to begin a conversation. It's amazing. Go listen to it. I think it's the best Leadermorphosis. It's the best one of all. It's a personal opinion, okay? So 1 year ago, if you were watching those videos, you remember that I posted this, another article from Alina talking about a creative process that she challenged herself to do. It was a 30-day creative challenge. She decided to keep it going for a full year, and she's been consistently posting little creative snippets, little image tricks, and those little pieces of art throughout 2020. And in this article here, she not only talks about it, but she also talks about the process around them. How does she feel, and how does this weird year that was 2020 influence her work? So if you're interested in expanding your creativity, it's a great read, and you should also check out her Instagram with all of the little pieces of art she created. Super cool. So Teddy was interviewed by this YouTube channel called Stoa, which is very cool. I haven't heard of these guys before, but now I checked their website. It's the channel. It's super cool, and it's about his work with Escaping Narcissism. Last month or 2 months ago, I think last month, Teddy invited everybody to an open call about this work of his. And if you watch those videos, you know that I'm always sharing Teddy's Medium articles because I think it's brilliant. But if you never heard of this, or you've never engaged with his work, this is a great way. This gives you a huge kickstart, and it's a 1 hour long conversation, so it goes deep into the entrails of it. It's very cool. So Helen Sanderson received an MBE from the Queen of England, which, you know, especially if you're British, you will know how much of a big deal that is, and it's for her work with the Wellbeing Teams, which which is just provide this amazing care work. So much so that you know, even the Queen is impressed. Congratulations, Helen. This is amazing. So Rich, I often share Rich's stuff here because this is a very prolific writer, but he did something very different this time, and he wrote this article about music theory. So generally, his articles about, like, you know, decision making and power structures, but this one's about music, and he tried to make it very visual and very interactive. There's a lot of things that you interact here. It comes in 15 snippets, one that follow a logic that makes sense. There's a lot of clickable stuff and all that, and proposals for different ways for people to study music. I thought it was fascinating, and he's looking for feedback. So if that helped you learn something, or if that helped you see music that you already understand in a different way, you can just add a comment here on his article. And it's just a very neat visual way to see music. So very cool. Anne is inviting us for a conversation on sociocracy, on the storytelling of sociocracy, on November 26th at 7:30 p.m. CET, so European time. And if you're interested in sociocracy, this is a good opportunity not to talk about the rules of sociocracy, but about the real stories. How does it really go in real life? Yeah, or maybe you have a story that you'd like to share. So that would be awesome. It's meetup.com, but this is all virtual. Okay, just so you know. Cool. Stephen, as always, shared an amazing newsletter full of cool stuff, like an introduction to crypto course that he's organizing, and rethinking alternatives for the corporatization of psychedelics, and platform cooperatives. As always, Stephen is a master of creatorship, and if you're interested in any of the themes that I just mentioned, give it a look. There's a bunch of literature, podcast recommendations. Pretty cool. And I am involved in this sci-fi world building academy. The idea is to use sci-fi, to use this framework to imagine, to create, and to prototype radical alternatives to capitalism. And this is a project just starting, and our first call will be the 7th of December, which is an open call. You can participate. All the details are here at 5 p.m. CET. And basically, we want to create a world building structure and offer it open source to the world. Whichever writer want to write in this world, want to contribute and expand this world, want to make money with this world, we're cool with this. Our idea is to really rethink and instill and to provoke this thinking of alternatives to capitalism. So it's a really cool creative project full of amazing people. If you're interested both in economics or world building, and especially if you're interested in both, I urge you to join us and help us create this new world. And now for a moment of Zen, I bring you first an amazing playlist that John shared the other day called Indigenous Peoples Day. It's a short playlist, but all the songs are really cool. And if you don't know, there's a petition now in the US to change the name and the spirit of Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. And if you want to be a part of that, you just put your name here, change.org, as always. And I just think this is a really nice gesture, and the songs are amazing. And with that, I leave you today. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next month. Ciao, ciao.